Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm going to bring in chat as well. Edgar says, I've been waiting for this live. Okay, awesome. What have you been doing? How's your weekend going, Edgar? Ahmed says, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing today? We do have an audio event as well, and I don't remember where I put my glasses. So I have two options now. Now I try to find my glasses, or I wear the backup one. But those are a bit fancy, so I don't really like to have those. But how is everyone doing? Ali says Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam, Ali. Kya hal hai, Ali? How's it going? Yasir, wa alaikum assalam. Kya hal hai, Ali? हमारे पास Ali है और Yasir Ali, so we have both of them. Zishan Ali, assalamu alaikum. What about your health insurance? I'm not really sure about the health insurance, to be honest, but I'm feeling a bit of something. It's not too bad yet, but it's very cold today outside. So I don't know if you see, but do you see like everything white right there? That's a lot of snow. So I have yeah. I don't know if I can take my my camera. I don't think I can, but I might be able to show you. Give me 1 second. Maybe I can show you. Maybe. Let's see. I'm gonna try to show you the snow. It's outside. Let's see if we are successful in any way. So I'm gonna use the other camera. You might not hear me, but you will be still able to see. Let's see. We throwing things here and there. Let's see if I can get. Before we begin, can you help me with something, please? Edgar says. Sure, Edgar. What is it? What is it? And I'm gonna change the camera source to see if I can connect with the other one. And let's see. That's probably the worst possible angle that you can see me from, but I'm gonna keep it. Okay. So I'm gonna go and show you the outside. So let's see. Let's also bring the microphone as well. Okay, so this is how it looks right now. This is how it looks right now outside the house. It's snowing a bit, as you can see. We not really good at handling the camera, as you can see. But yeah, it's good. It's not too bad, but I think it's -5 outside of my place. And I have two little plants right here. You can see one of these. And I have one more, but I'm waiting for that to be grown a bit. So here. I'm giving this one a bit of time. So I have oranges in this, hopefully soon. But I think the only ones that I have is this little one. This was a gift from one of my colleagues named Catherine. So she gave me this little guy. So hopefully this goes well. I watered it today. Let's see. And I think the only thing that I have left is this one. So you can see it's a bit of mess, but not too bad. Yeah, I have my kid coming in all the time in here, so things are not as clean as I would like to be. I think the only part that's clean is this right here, and then maybe this. I'm gonna bring my microphone back. So yeah, the only part that is clean is this one, and here. This one is the Google given plank for the expert one, and the above one, the top one that you see, that is given from a Swedish company or a Swedish developer community for the educator of the year for the last year. So it's in Swedish. I even don't understand a lot of what it says. But yeah, there we go. Now you've seen it all. So I'm gonna switch back to the previous one. There we go. Awesome. Let's bring this guy back. and make this like this. Alrighty. Okay, I'm looking at the questions now. Do, 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 do. Zishan says it was fun. Ahsan, today you're looking very young, you know, teenage. I think it's because of the hair. I've had an opportunity to trim it down, or get it trimmed. Ahmad says, bro, as we have Next.js as a full stack platform, should we skip Mern and only use Next.js? There are pros and cons of both. You should use Next.js when you know 100% that you're going to use the full stack and you're going to utilize the benefits of it. For example, server side rendering, static side generation. If you've not seen my video on the differences between those, I would encourage you to look at that. I'm going to share it in the chat. In the chat right now, but I'm gonna quickly share if Google supports me or YouTube supports me. But I have a video of explaining the differences between those, so you should try that out. But if you have everything, now you should be able to see this message right here. But if you are planning to use the whole Next.js with all the features, then that's good. But if you are just planning to create a simple API, then I think Express.js is much better in this case, and also depends on the scale of your project as well. So if you have anything that's going to be production ready, then I think Next.js is a good choice if you're going to utilize all the things. I'm going to try to get my glasses first if you can wait for a while, because yeah, otherwise I get headaches. So I'll bring the temporary ones for now. These are a bit fancy ones. I don't really like these ones, but these are more for gaming than for computers. So Hassan MD, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so Edgar says, I want to know how do I create an integration of form page in HTML CSS where when a client submits a form, it directs his DB to my email. When you say DB, is that date of birth or what? I don't understand the question. So you want to create an HTML. So essentially you want a form on your page and you want to get the email from that client to your email. That's what I'm understanding. Is that correct or no? Hassan, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Zishan says, oh wow, today tour of your studio room. It's not as fun, but what do you mean by database? The client's database. What do you mean? Oh, it directly hit his DB to my email. I don't understand the question. So what is the form containing? What does the user fill in the form? Do they add their username or first name and last name and email? And do you want to get that information in your email, or what do you want to have? Salman Nawaz keh rahe hain, I have a question, which programming language is good for future or will be in demand as a learner? Can't see the future. Not sure. So programming languages change all the time, so there cannot be any language that you can be 100% sure of this is going to be in demand in the future. So there is what matters for careers is not programming languages. What matters for careers is good software engineers who can learn. So even if I tell you, for example, Rust or Go or Python, they can change. So the future is, I think, if you want to make your future secure, you need to develop a habit of learning as much as possible. So even if something changes, you can basically adapt easy. Now when it comes to currently right now, you can Google, for example, or you go to LinkedIn, you try to find jobs, you search Angular jobs or React jobs or JavaScript jobs or TypeScript jobs or Rust jobs, Go jobs, Python jobs. Try to look into those things within your area and then see which jobs are more. So create a Google sheet. In that Google sheet, mention the number against each sort of search that you do. For example, you can write for Python, I could see there are 7 jobs published in a week. And then you can also see for Go, there were, I don't know, 2 jobs. For JavaScript or full stack development, there were 15 jobs. So then you know this is what is going to be helpful for my career in my region. Because if you learn something, let's say if you learn COBOL, which is in demand throughout the world, but if you don't get a job within your region, then it's useless. It's stupid to learn something that you cannot get a job for if you are looking for a job. If you're looking for just fun, then just pick anything that you think is in hype. I hope that makes sense. Edgar says, yes, the username, email, and password. So I think, Edgar, you're talking about the whole solution of form and having a user in your database. So that means that you need to build a backend, an API. You also need to build a front end for that. So look into authentication tutorials on YouTube and you'll find some. I'm pretty sure you'll find some. Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm going to trying to find the Suman Suman Adya. Hi, how are you doing, brother? Like your reels were stuck for 1 hour in the same line. Thank you, thank you. Did you come from the? Did you come from Instagram, or are you already? Were you already subscribed to YouTube? Tasin Khan, hey sir, how are you doing? I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you, Tasin? How's it going? I think we should start the server and also start looking into the project that we were working on, right? Because I think otherwise we'll have a lot of questions and they can go on and on and on. But I'll be taking notes as well. Someone says no, SN already subscribed to YouTube. Awesome, sounds good. How's your weekend going? Are you working on any fun projects? Any fun front end projects specifically? Faisal says, I'm learning data science. What do you think the future in Pakistan? I chose data science because I already am working in Python and Django. Faisal, it's the same. Try to look for jobs. If you want to learn to get a job, you first try to look the jobs in the market. So try to go to LinkedIn or rosie.pk or any website which has jobs published in Pakistan and try to look for how many companies are actually providing jobs for data science. So if it's like, I don't know, in the whole Pakistan, if you have 7 jobs in a week, then that means there is going to be a lot of competition when it comes to you applying for the job. So it's better to look for jobs and then analyzing, how the market looks. Because I know myself that, for example, a lot of companies are still startups and they are not looking for data science people. But I know that a bunch of enterprises, they do look for data science engineers or data scientists, so to say. So look for those, and then that will help you decide if you should go. But if you're just going for out of your passion, and if you plan to find jobs remotely, and you think that you can spend time and efforts to be better at that, and then get jobs, then definitely go for sure, no problem at all. I'm gonna quickly start the server. Right, let's also go to here and let me add the chat here as well and the bottom banner as well. So Tasin says, how are you finding design inspiration for these portfolio projects? You can find them pretty much everywhere. For example, you could look into, for example, there's one called Dribble or Behance, and you can find those there. So if you go to dribble.com, I'm going to share this in the chat as well, and you try to find, for example, portfolio web design, and if you search that, you're going to be able to find like all these designs, this. So there are a lot of portfolio designs, and these are mainly designs. So for some of them you might be able to find even assets. For most of them you will not be able to find assets, but it really depends on where you look. So you can find a lot of information there. I hope that makes sense. And this is right now what we are going to build once the server starts, of course. So Dribble is also a good place. I think also Behance is a good place as well. So you can also search them here. Where's the search bar? Free trial, login, self design, share your work, find your creative fields, availability, location, tools. I'm not really sure if or discover. I think there should be able to find. Yeah, here. So then here you should be able to find, I don't know, portfolio, web site, UI UX. Let's see if I can find some. So here is one. How about we try to find something like productivity, mobile app. So here now you can see we got a lot of design, Task Pro. So here you have now the design. I think a lot of these can be, so tools, Figma and Adobe Photoshop. So I think a lot of these could be even downloadable from these designers. And then you can go from there, and you can also mention these people as well. Like, hey, I'm working on your design as well, or this is an app that I built with your design. So look at this, the whole design is here, and you get the Figma and other fun things from here as well. So I hope that makes sense. Soccer is asking how to make money with building those SaaS Next.js projects. That's a good question. There are different ways to do this. You have the freemium plan. For example, you create, let's say, let me give you an example. So for example, if you go to Tailwind CSS, you'll see that using the whole Tailwind CSS is completely free, right? But then if you click components, it takes you to a place where you have some components. If you click browse components, you're going to see that there are some components that are free. Let's go to, for example, nav. So nav bars. Now here you see the first one has preview and also code. So you can click the code and then you can copy it. But the next one does not have preview and code, and you can click get the code. Now this is a freemium model in which you are providing some of the things for free, but you are then saying no, if you want more or if you want all of it, then you basically subscribe. So if you click get the code, then you can see, okay, here are the packages that you can have. So I think the good strategy is usually to provide something for free and then adding more value to it that you can get, that everyone can get if they pay you, if that makes sense. So that is a really good model. It's called the freemium model. Sumit says, hi Ahsan, I'm the same guy who asked you for interview tips on New Year stream. I got that job. Awesome, that's good. But the timeline is quite short, couldn't match up the desired speed. But the timeline is short, I couldn't match up the desired speed. What to do? So have you been laid off or are you still working in the same company? What is the current situation right now? What is your current situation? I'm gonna also start writing the right things here. So instead of Next.js Enterprise template, this just say IO Max and okay, I think I should rather go to, give me 1 second. Where's my just gonna pick one page because I had a Zeppelin design as well that I wanted to open. Where's my Zeppelin? Okay, give me 1 second. I need to find this. Okay. There we go. Open in web. And I think I can open it right here. And then close this guy. Make this full. And there we go. Okay, so Sumit says it's still working. So then what is your question? Or are you, so let me ask this in a different way. So what you're working with right now, are you feeling yourself that you are not working as fast as you should, or have you been told by the company that you're not doing as fast? It's a service-based company. They put me on one of the Marsh UI project. Okay, so it's a product-based company, and then you're working on the product. So do you feel yourself that you're not doing really well, or have you been told by your manager that you're not doing well at the moment? Zeppelin needs your permission to enable X of notification. No. Nope. Don't want. Don't want. Don't care. Okay, so let's see. So I do need to look into okay, so we got 25 plus projects completed. So let's quickly fix that. So 25 plus projects. Delivered, and this should be here. What was the other one? 50,000 users affected with solutions. 50,000 projects. Oh, impacted with solutions we have built, and 10,000. These two are exactly the same. We'll look into it. Sumit says, I've been told by my manager. And is this your first job? And are you a beginner, or did you already had experience? Because the reality is that if you're new to the company, they should expect you to take some time to learn and come to speed. Because if you're absolutely new to any company, usually it takes a bit of time to get up to speed. So it's I don't think it's fair to expect from anyone that that you can do everything the very first time. I don't think it's then I think the problem is from their side. But again, I would love, you can do your best, that's what I think. And then if that still doesn't work out, then you would have to see, okay, what you can do. You said no second job, 1 year experience. I mean, even if you have 1 year of experience, and the technologies that you are working with, are they new to you, or have you already worked with them? I think that's a very important question. Dark purple, about us. I think we can go with this one. How do I no reusable components? View in stage mode. Okay. Add comment, dark purple. Okay. And how can I see the assets? There you go. No, what the heck? Your role is reviewer. Okay, I will have to probably call someone. We'll see. Let's see if I can get this guy. Okay, I'll do a call. Angular material is new for me. Yeah, then if it's new to you, then I don't think it makes sense to expect a lot from you in the very beginning. I think once you have spent like 2 to 3 months or 2 months, then I think you'll be in a much better position to work on a fast pace. But I can imagine that the product based companies, they have tough deadlines, and it also depends on like your manager. Every manager is different. Sometimes managers are, yeah, sad to say, they're stupid. Sometimes your managers are really really good as well. It depends on how they handle things. Sometimes we as developers are stupid, so it really depends on where you evaluate yourself. But I think if you're doing your best, and even then the perception is that you're going too slow, then I think either they'll let you go or you'll have to find a new job. So it's just about finding the mix and match for both. I hope that makes sense. I'm not really sure if if this is helpful at all. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna try to find if I can. I think I should be able to find this in the IOMAX channel. Mohammed Qadri. Da-da-da-da. I'm gonna give this guy a call. Hopefully, the internet in Pakistan is working fine. Phone. Okay, I'm gonna try to give the person who owns Zeppelin a call, and then I'll be right back. Give me. Of course, there's no fund left. Let's see if I can try this person again. But as a teammate, uh, is Angular TypeScript? Yes, Angular uses TypeScript, or Angular, yeah, Angular 2 plus uses TypeScript out of the box. I'm gonna give a call to someone else. Let's see, because I need the access for this. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right, sorry, I'm back. I'm gonna quickly, I got the access, so that's good. I'm gonna quickly go and log out from here. Extreme workspace. Let's close this guy. Designer. There we go. Should be able to access. Yay, awesome. So now I can access it. Leave. Okay, let's see. So now if I open this, there we go. Sumit says, but will they give me time for improvement or directly lay off? Because it's been 2 weeks only. 2 weeks only. I think they should give you time, to be honest. I think 2 weeks is very early. Very early. But the thing is, you need to try your best. That is the only thing that you can do. So please try your best. And I think once you reach a point where you know you're doing your best, that is the time where you would want to say, okay, I've done my best. If you because there are two possibilities. One, that you do your best and then they change, or it changes their mind. Sometimes doesn't matter how good you do, some people don't really accept that and they expect more. So it depends on where you stand. And sometimes it is also possible that you think you're doing your best but it's not your best. So yeah, sometimes it's not a good match. So I would say, what I would do in this situation is that I would do personally as good as possible. I would pray as well that everything turns out for the best. And personally, what I usually do in this situation is that I usually pray that whatever happens for the best. That's what I usually do. So you can also try the same approach. Try to do your best and see how everything goes. To be honest, I think that's the best advice that I can give you. So I hope this makes sense. So how about we implement this whole view, right? Let's try to implement this. So instead of this funky thing here that we have, let's change this a bit to look like this. Okay, let's do that. So here, this is the section where we need a bit of a change, and we'll also have to look into how do we want to perceive that. Is the code visible to you, or should I zoom in a bit? I've zoomed in already one level. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we are on the home page. This is the one. And okay, so this is the one that we want. So we have two different sections in this one. So this is the section where we have the numbers. So if I search numbers. So Darshan, hey, how's it going? I'm good. Aap batao, aap kaise ho? How are you doing? Numbers. So here we have the number section, right? So right now this is a bit yellow. We could have it like this, to be honest. I'm not really sure if I like this one more or the one that we have there. I think I like this one, to be honest, but we can change it a bit to look like this. I think because I like how the numbers are being evaluated here. Tell us about your query. Yeah, I think I like, let's go with this one. So we have two sections, two columns. One is this one is this one. So what we are going to do is we're going to go inside here, and then this one is gonna have, and I'm going to comment this one out for now, right? So we are not really showing anything in here now. Previously we were showing numbers. So this one, instead of BG accent, it's going to be BG white. So we should be able to see a white background here. Now what we are going to do is to have two sections. So let's create a div called flex and gap4. By the way, this is a shortcut to create a div with two classes. So now we have a div with two different classes, and we are going to have inside one div that is going to have a grid, and grid calls 2. So inside here we are going to create a grid for these. So these have two columns, 1 2 1 2, and we're going to then have this card right there. So let's say we have a card, and inside the card we are going to have two things, the text and the image. So here we're gonna have an SVG. So let's make this flex call, and inside here we are going to have a gap of 4, and inside here let's say website SVG, and then we also have, we're going to just, we're just going to have a span for now that says website SVG, and then some text as well. So here we're going to have a p tag. The p tag says graphic design. So if I go here now, you should be able to see it here somewhere, but I think we also have said text wide, so we need to remove that. And now you see it right here on the corner. It's not as visible. Sudarshan says, all good. What theme do you use? I'm using a theme called Winter is Coming by John Papa. People have said that this is a really good theme, and I agree. It's called Winter is Coming, dark blue, no italics. So if you search Winter is Coming by John Papa, you're going to find it. And I'm using the dark blue with no italics. Hey, Michael, how's it going? How's your weekend going? So let's quickly, and I'm also gonna give this some styles for this whole div that we have now. MX Auto, we're not gonna give it a grid. Gap 10 is, I think we can also give a gap 10. No grid here, and the rest of it looks good. So this is how it looks. The text doesn't look good, so we are going to give this text base 100. So this is a bit darker, as you can see. For the graphic design right here, which we are seeing right here, we're gonna be giving a text to Excel, but we'll look into it in just a bit. First, let's extract the SVG. So this, if I click here, and if I click here, size PNG. So here I can actually, I think one of the things that if you don't know, the images, when we use WebP, it is really, really small. So for example, here you have JPG. I mean, the most heaviest usually is PNG. Then you have JPG, which is a bit smaller, but then you have a WebP. The good one is, I would say, WebP in this case. So let's quickly go there. I'm gonna quickly extract this with the best free software created ever. I'm talking about WinRAR, of course. Does this still work? Yes, it does. Haha. I'm gonna also wear this. There we go. Okay, so we got this one, Vector Smart Object 2x. Let's copy this. Then we can go to our code, and in here we do have publics, assets, images. Let's open this in File Explorer, and then inside here we can create a folder called home, and then we can put the image right here. So this, let's call this graphic design.webp. So let's quickly replace this with the image. So we can say image. I think we can use the next image tag instead. So image, and we need to give this a width of, let's give it 80, and height is gonna be 80 as well, and the src here is gonna be assets, images, home, and I think graphic is what I wrote there. Graphic design, graphic dash design dot webp, and then we also need to give this an alt. So alt can be graphic design. So if we go to our app now, there we go. You can see we get the SVG right here. It looks really bad because we have a white. Damn. So we have a white one. Do we also have a black one as well? Bitmap scales 1 to 3. Optimize assets. Naming default. Snake case. Kebab case. Where's my black one? That's not good. I only have a black one. Oh, white one. This asset contains a bitmap image inside, so no vector assets is generated. That's sad because I could have, if there was just SVG, I could have just changed this white to black. Okay, I'm gonna ask the person then. Michael says Tokyo Night is the best theme. I don't know about that. Tokyo Night. Let's try that out. Let's see. Tokyo Night. Theme. Color theme. Can't we have more? Browse additional color theme. Tokyo Night, you said, right? Is it this one? Tokyo Night. Are you Tokyo Night? Tokyo Night Candy. Tokyo Night, Tokyo Night. Enki. Which one is the one? I'm gonna be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, there you go. So do we think this was a good one? The theme, color theme, and we said what was Tokyo Night. Tokyo Night. Tokyo night. This looks nice. I'm not really sure if it was this one. I'm also using new Vim, not me as code. Ah, okay, that could be. I'm not there with the new Vim yet. Tokyo darker night, Tokyo night, Tokyo night. This one also is pretty decent. Tokyo night light. Ah, no, no, no. Okay. Tokyo night moon. There's so many Tokyo nights. What about ultra? This seems like a high contrast theme as well. Okay, and also I was wearing these so I couldn't see the colors. Okay, I'm gonna check the first one now. This one is cool. What I don't like is the italic part. 3,000. Okay, I'll stick with the one that I'm with right now. Okay, looking at more questions. Hello, Ahsan. I saw one of your videos on Thursday and immediately got interested in all AI tech, but I'm a beginner. I don't know anything. Which videos? So when it comes to AI, I'm not as good at all. I think where I would start, I'm going to show you actually. Wait a second. So I have this one, Python for data science dummies. I think I'm going to start here. So I think I would start probably here. Look into Python, look into data science, try to do some analysis on some data, and then start looking into, for example, different models and LLMs. I think LLMs is if I this is my own perception, but if I start with LLMs today, I think I'm going to miss out quite a lot of core concepts. So I would probably start with this one, and it's in the plans. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but we'll see, I think. Yeah, but I have a lot of books that I've not really looked into. LangChain is a good start. What do you think about this one, Michael? And if you took the last talk of the guy, Jim Weber from JFocus, I got his book at the end from this one. So we'll see. Why not use icon fonts for SVGs? That would be a lot easier to handle over states. True, but I don't have them, and I don't have the control over the designer at the moment, and I need to build this faster with as least dependency on the designer as possible, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is 270 pixels and 292 pixels, so let's create that as well. So we got a width of 272 pixel, 292 pixel, 292 pixel, and height of 272 pixel. Is it 272? 270 pixel. And then we can look into this. We can also say that by default, if we have a look at the background, I don't think the background is white. So what is the background right here? If I click this seems like the color white, but I don't know if it's white, to be honest. Let's see. I don't have the color picker extension. So color picker Chrome, and I don't show the screen, so I'm gonna show the screen now. Sorry. Kush Brambad best. Just what? Kush Brambad says, "Hey, can you guide how to make a CMS portfolio? Just steps." I think for the CMS you need to have something. I would use something called a Strapi. Look into this. So you can use a Strapi. You can also look into Contentful. I don't like Contentful much to be honest. So look into Strapi. I've built my CMS with Strapi. For example, if you go to CodewithAhsan.dev, I'm going to share the links in the chat as well, by the way. Strapi.io, let's share that. Contentful.com also in the chat. And if you want to have a look at the site that I have where I publish my courses for free, especially in Urdu Hindi, you can look into that. So for example, if I go to courses, you're going to see we have crossed about 1100 students on this one, which is about web development in Urdu. So a lot of people watching this, but all of this basically comes from Strapi. So I have my content management system already, which handles the courses, which handles each course has a chapter, and each chapter has, for example, this one, you can see this one has a chapter, and each chapter has a lecture. What I usually call post instead of lecture. So yeah, that's what's up. And I was trying to look into color picker Chrome, color picker eyedropper, which is this one. I really like this one. And there we go. I'm gonna pin this so I don't lose it. And since I'm wearing the nice little glasses, I want to make sure that I'm picking the right color. So I pick this. Not working. Click. So here, this is FFF. Now here it's changing. So you see white. This is white, but then what is this? This feels so weird, doesn't it? So it's like FFF right here, but then here it changes. FFFB, and then this is white. So I'm not really sure which color is this. It says white, but then when I come close to here, like this would be the color that I'm expecting. So for me, it doesn't really matter, but I would assume a better design case for this one. I'm gonna go with just a light color because right now I don't have the requirement to be pixel perfect and then also following the same color. So I'm gonna go with a gray color with 100, so it looks at least not white. Ooh, that's not good at all. I hate this color, to be honest. I think I would want to go with a slate one. Let's see if I can make this happen right here. Looks like my kid is enjoying his time, and my camera died. Give me 1 second. And also I think I'm gonna quickly check one thing. I think I'm missing. I had an event. I think it was at 3 as far as I remember. Let me quickly check. You enrolled? Thank you and welcome. And I would love your feedback on the course itself. I'm not really sure if it was 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. when I have to be in the 3 p.m. Okay, so I need to go. I'm joining a voice program or a voice event, which is this. Is it today? No, it's not today. It's tomorrow. Okay, then I don't need to worry about this. I thought it was Saturday. Okay, then I'm continuing. It's fine. So let's quickly go back and let's finish this then. I'm looking at the chat as well. So here it says, do you have a Python tutorial? No, I don't have a Python tutorial yet. Simon says, I'm in first year and don't know a single word thing about coding. Can you give me some advice on how to start my coding journey smartly? I would say if you understand Urdu or Hindi, just enroll in this course. A lot of people have enjoyed this course so far, and you can see by the numbers that they are also sharing this with others as well. So I would say start with this one. So you learn at least how to think in the language of programming. Kush says, I'm from India. Awesome. Where in India are you from? And the course is free, of course. Do I have Python tutorial? No. Which languages is main part of coding whom I know to start coding? I would say pick anything, either Python or JavaScript, either of those. And then if you're choosing Python, I mean, you can learn a lot in that as well. But if you're using JavaScript, then start building web applications and meaningful web applications. So I think you're gonna know. It says under the tile, maybe that's box shadow. There are 4 boxes. One is blue, another one is white. Yeah, I know. But this is the hover state. It's not the default state. So if I mouse over, it should change its color, not otherwise. Looking at the other message. Are you from Pakistan? Yes, I'm from Pakistan. I'm originally from Pakistan, but I live in Sweden at the moment. So I am from the city that's called Karachi. So let's style this. So this one is gonna have a BG white. So you can see it right here. We also needed to give not actually this one, but this guy, ABG white. So you can see it right here. Now you see that we are getting actually the borders on the left, right, and all the places, but we only want this to have the border according to the design on the left side and the right side, and the border is a bit more than this. So what we'll say here is we'll say border, or we'll say rounded full. I think it's called rounded full. No, rounded LG. That's sad. If I say rounded 3XL, I don't know why there's something here that I can't really see. Why do we have something? Oh, I think it's the image itself. Yeah, it's the image itself. We'll fix that in just a bit. So we've got this right here. Then we should also have a padding. So P4 for now. Now you can see that the border is fixed. If we look at this, we do have a padding of about 74 pixel from the top and 54 from the down. I don't know why, but we can add some padding up top. So let's say the padding top, I want to say 12, which is about 48 pixel. No, yeah, I think that's fine. So we can say PY 12 and PX, let's go with 8. So it looks something like this at the moment. Then what do we do is we say the justify, not justify, but items left or item start. So you can see both of them are from the start. Then we also need to say that the border top or T right I want to say the top right border is this or that. So top, I don't know if I can say border TR. Let's look at the documentation. It's always good. So Tailwind CSS border top right, border radius is what I meant. So here we have Excel. What is border E? Top left radius is this, top right. Start end radius and end radius is 16 pixel. I want to look at this one. So here, if I remove all of this, and instead of rounded 3XL, I say rounded E 3XL, then what happens? No, nothing really happened here. Let's see. What are the other options that we have? So top none, TSM, TTT. bottom right, bottom left, L is left. So if I say start none, this is what I want to say. Oh, there we go. So now you can see this one is a bit, it's pointy towards this one, but it's the other way around. So we don't want to say start end. So now this one is flat. And then we can go to the other one and we also can say rounded end start none. So rounded es and then none. So there we go. Now this becomes like what we wanted to do. However, this has a bit more border, but I think still it's not as bad. But we have rounded 3XL. I don't know if I can have let's see, do we have badge, button, box? If we do badge, I think I like this one much more. It's quite closer to what we want. So we're gonna go with the badge one. Okay, so now that we have this, let's quickly create the text a bit more as well. So the P here is gonna have a class name, and we are going to say text to Excel. And if we look at everything here, we have I think the text can still be 4XL. No, let's go with 3XL. And we can also have a width of 2 out of 3. So this goes on 2 different lines. What I don't like is the spacing, but we'll see. Text left. So this is what I wanted. Now we can see this as left. And the padding that we have, we need to increase this a bit. So this is 39 pixel or something. So here we can have the px to, I would say 12 as well. So we might as well just say p12, something like this. So now we are showing graphic design, right? So let's copy this. And if we wanted, we could also create just a component for this one. But I know this is not going to be used anywhere else. So yeah, we could reuse this, but I don't want to at the moment. In a real world application, which is going to be too dynamic, I would probably use a for loop and I would use something else. But it is okay if you don't have the constraints to just go with what you have. So website development, so there's going to be a website development, and then you have mobile app development and product development. So mobile app development, and then you've got product development. Okay, so if we look at here now, you can see that we've got these right. Now let's have a look at the gap between those. So this one and this one has 28 pixels of gap. So here we can say gap, and I think 6, which is 24. If I do 7, that is 28 pixels. So if I go now here, you can see that we have gotten this right. And mobile app development design, mobile app development. Where does this design come from? Okay, so now mobile apps development. I don't know, this one looks a bit weird. If I change this to 2XL, then it looks like this. If I change this width, then it looks like this. So we don't have to give the width here because it's already too long. That's good. Now we can look into the font size. So give me 1 second. If I go here, yeah, there we go. Awesome. So here, if I go and set the hover, I don't think there should be a hover because nobody is gonna see, to be honest. I mean, you put usually the hover where you have some sort of effect, some sort of action, but I don't. If I do this, then we'll have, as you can see, just like this. But I can basically do this for the next one as well. So here, actually here, and if you press Command Control D or Command D, you can select this multiple lines, and then you can just put it like this. So here you can see all of these. Now I can use the other one, but I would have to have the SVGs for both of those. So I'm gonna quickly take a screenshot of this so I can ping the designer. Like, what's happening? So give me 1 second. Okay, let's move forward. So we can now have this text, and I think I should be able to copy the text from here. So here you can see content. I'm not sure if you can see that, but here, if I roll it down, you can see right here. We can help you to customize your solutions, your business solutions, so to say. So if I go here, then I can quickly create that second div. So here we got flex, and then the first one, this one is the left part of it, which is this one or this one. Now we are going to go towards the right part of it. So here, let's create another div. So let's create a div. Inside here we have the text, or the heading, the P, and then we have the numbers. So we can go here and say heading. So let's go with an H2, and this one just says this. Let's also do this quickly. What happened to this guy? Cannot find name div. Of course you cannot. And then we have, I'm gonna have to TypeScript restart server, and then we have this right here. I think we can skip this and just go to the numbers. So let's quickly run this to have a grid, and this is grid calls 3, and here we are running the loop and then showing the numbers. So now if I look here, you can see it looks like this, which isn't really great. So class name, and then we are going to basically do a P of 12. So we have something right here. And if we look at this, yeah, it looks like this. So the gap that we have in here can also be a bit more. So gap 16, and it can also have a margin auto, but on the large screen by default, I think the MX can be 20, just like this. And on the large screen, we can say that LG MX auto, or even I think XL MX auto. So here we still can see this nicely, but if we go forward, then yeah, it changes. I don't know why don't we have any gap here? It feels a bit weird. Feels a bit weird. I don't know. I closed the file. If I go with MX20, it doesn't give me the spaces. Is this because of the space limited? Okay, let's have a look at this. Why do we have this problem? So okay, so one of the things is because of the padding. So we don't need a padding in here. Let's remove the padding, so we still get some gap. Then what do we have here? So we got a margin, which is margin 20. Let's make this auto again. Okay, so we got a margin, Then we've got this div and then some space and then this div. Okay, that makes sense. But this one cannot have, I don't know. What I usually don't like to have is a width on the cards, to be honest. So if I remove these, this would turn up to be like this. Or, I mean, we can have height, but we can remove the width. So it looks something like this. But then it also goes like this. So we got to handle those as well. If we keep the width fixed, then we have a problem of making sure that we have more space on the right. So in this case, we have this and then this. Now when it comes to responsiveness, that's going to cause problems. I don't know. If we remove the width, then we get a bit more flexibility, especially on the large screens like this. But if we try to go a bit shorter, then we're gonna have a problem. So we'll see. We will see. We can also do something like grid calls 1 and then XL grid calls 2. Wait, what happened? No, not this one. Actually, this one. Flex call XL flex row. So like this, if that makes sense. But even then, I think what we have removed, we have to just set the maximum width to that. So I'm gonna copy that and copy actually this, right? And then what I can do is I can put a maximum width instead of having a width. So max width 292 pixels. So if I do this now, you should be able to see that in a small one, this is how it looks, right? And then what we can do is grid calls gap here, and then here I can say place content center. No, let me think. So if this is the grid that we have, I think max width fit is what we are looking for, but then also place content center. No, is it not that? Is it justify content center still? Justify center. Hey, what's happening? Okay, so this is the grid. That's the problem. Okay, so maximum width fit will not work there. If we have this sort of grid, and then we are trying to place these guys inside, let's see. So Tailwind CSS place content. Oh, the block axis. Okay. So this starts move this there and moves it there. Aha, okay. But this is what we tried. Place content center. And if I look at this here, it does not. This guy is right here. I'm not sure if it's because of the center. Let's see. No, I don't think. You have to give an item center to the dependent of the grid. I don't think so. So this is the div, which has grid, right? And these are all the items that we have. So if you're going with the grid columns too, then this is where I would want to give everything. Okay, so place items center basically makes this centered. But then, and this makes this vertically. Now I think now I can say max, because I was using place content. I think that's what's the problem. And now if I say maximum fit, the problem is if I make this maximum width fit, then we have an issue. Okay, let's have a look, because this one has to have all right, let's see. If I go with max auto, yeah, that is what the key was. So if I go with margin inline auto, then I can have it centered. Let's make sure that this works here as well. Yes, it does. However, this has an issue with the gap now, and that is also because now we have changed this as well. I don't know, because if we don't keep these the same, then we'll end up having a different width of card as well. And I think we should then go with something like 270 as well. Let's have a look at that. So we got a and if I go a bit down, this is how it looks. If we go in this regard, then I think we would have to give this a bit more space. So if I go with, let's say if I go with LG, I say min width is gonna be fit. Yeah, so this is what we wanted to do. So if I go in this case, it takes automatically, but if I go forward, this at least has the minimum width that fits all the item. If we don't give this, then see what happens. You can see now it sort of collapses in one another, but if we give the minimum width of fit, then this looks good. Okay, not too bad so far. Let's have a look at the, does this teach you something at all? And then we can also go and extract the rest of the stuff. So where was our Zeppelin? There it is. Let's extract this out. See, we got Webpack, WebP, then we got this guy, then we got this guy. At least let's have them, so we don't have nothing at all. So let's keep that one. There's also another tab, downloads. Okay, so now we have download multiple files. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, now I have too many files and I need to see those files as well. So extract. This one is 020. All of them look exactly the same to me. So WinRAR, extract to here. Yes to all. Can I also view large icons here? Okay, so this one was this one, the first one, right? Let's go back. And this one, is it the same? Yes to all. That's a different one, or is it the same one? That's the same one. So this one, you remove. Let's look at this one. Okay, which one is this? Is the last one, which is product development. So let's move here, say product development. I wish there was an option to say the file name as well. Maybe there is and I don't know yet. And this one, if I go here, Control Shift 2, this one is the mobile apps development. So let's copy that one, mobile apps development. And then finally we should have this one. No, this one. That should say WinRAR, extract to vector objects, and then Control Shift 2. Ooh, look at that. And then this is the one. So this is website development. Okay, so let's quickly change that in the code. So in here, we had graphic design.webp. This one was, I think, website development. This was mobile apps development, which is right there. And then finally, I think we have product development. Yeah, product development comes right here. Let's see. Okay, I think this looks good. Just on whenever you hover, it doesn't look good at all. So I think I'm gonna actually remove the hover at all, because I don't think it's helpful. There's no action. So, and then I don't want 8 assets. I want just 4 assets. So I'm gonna remove the hover thingy. Where did we put the hover? Here. So hover text wide, selecting all of them, and then removing them. Good. So yeah, nothing is required here. Let's quickly go to the text. So the text that we have right now, which is here, this is a flex call, and justify center. So this is at the center. The text that we have here, class name text for Excel. I think it should be even more, so maybe 6 Excel. And it seems like it is, or 5 Excel actually, but it also is left aligned. So text left is what we want. We also want the font bold right here. So the font is a bit bold. Is it as bold? Meh. Semi bold. Yeah. And then we can also say the customize part is a span. So let's remove that or move that into a span. Hey BK, how's it going? The jacket goes hard. Is it from the Angular thing? Yeah, this was given, I think, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago or 4 years. But this was in the US. So I got it when I gave to give a talk at the San Francisco office. I don't remember what was the event, but it was pretty nice. But I've kept it since then. It's a favorite one. Why do I have BG here? Text, accent. So, good. Customize your business solutions. Maybe we can also give this a width that is a bit smaller. So width 3 out of 4. So it looks like this, and then we can have a gap. So margin bottom 4. So we have, no, I think let's give it a 10. So we have some spacing right here, maybe even more, 14. And then we have to give the colors. So I think we're gonna give the primary number a text of accent. Very cool. I would be wearing it all the time. Yeah, I think that maybe the second day of JFocus that I attended in Stockholm, I went there. I went wearing this one. So was super happy. Okay, so this one, I think the accent, I'm not really sure. I think this can be a bit darker, maybe yellow 600. No, because the accent one I don't really like as much. I would love this to be a bit darker, but I don't know, a bit standing out as well. We'll see. Maybe the accent is fine. But this one, I think text XM is not accurate for this one. Let's go with LG. I think the text is okay. So now it looks something like this. I think it's pretty nice so far. Well, we'll see. Tassin says you could create separate components for SVGs and use online SVG to JSX converter to quickly get it done and then pass the props. I mean, to be honest, I could just go and download a SVG that is not part of the designs, but I want the designs to give me the SVG. So this is not supposed to be my job. So I'm gonna try to get the SVGs when I get them, but I don't want myself to do all of this, to be honest, if that makes sense at all. So I think we have done good enough for today. We have been live for about 1 hour and 28 minutes. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna go play with my kid, but I want to show you the new video that I published from Angular, which is this one. So go have a look at this one. Just completed the recording for the same topic. Very well explained. Is it? Who's this guy?
Hey everyone, okay. Back to my YouTube channel. So in this today's video, as I have promised that I will be coming up with a
latest
Netflix clone by using Angular. So this is
not
what
found. Okay,
this
that's
video
not good.
is all about.
Might
So
have been dead.
What you see on the website is that Netflix
Let's program.
which is done by using Google authentication.
So I'll watch a few more videos.
I completed it in my previous video where I have like you can find it on my YouTube channel.
From this, but I like this style. It reminds me of Fireshape a bit.
Once you are done with this video, so you will have
Google authentication in Angular. Ooh, nice, great content. So yeah, have a look at this one. I'm gonna share the link in the chat as well. It makes really easy to just work with the route parameters in Angular. Alrighty, having said that, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care, have fun, and happy weekend, everyone. Bye bye.